Welcome to the deep dive. Today, well, we've got one of the most intellectually stimulating mixes of sources I think we've ever seen.
It really is. Our listeners sent in these two stacks of material.
Yeah.
They seem completely unconnected at first glance.
Yeah. One is all about the cold scientific precision of the external world weather language, basically.
Right. And the other, it's dedicated to the warm, confidence-building language of personal everyday life, your daily routine.
It's quite the contrast.
Definitely. On one hand, we're digging into meteorological terms needed to predict, say, a dangerous storm.
And on the other, we're looking at the really simple structure you need just to talk about making a cup of tea or coffee.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our mission, I think, is to figure out how these two very different language systems work.
One focused on extreme accuracy.
Right, and the other on just foundational confidence. How do they actually work together? How do they help you navigate the world? We're aiming for, well, mastery, whether the subject is hail or, your hydration habits.
It's kind of the linguistic survival guide, isn't it? Prepare for the world outside.
And master the world within. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the external world then. The vocabulary of prediction.
And the foundation there is the word forecast.
Right. We mostly know it for weather, obviously, but the definition is broader, isn't it? It's basically a description of a future situation using current info.
Precisely. And it's fascinating how often we use forecast outside of meteorology. You'll see a financial forecast.
Or a sales forecast for a new product, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always about managing risk, managing expectations, which is why the language, especially in weather, needs to be so precise.
And you see that precision immediately when you look at the words for precipitation. It's never just rain.
No, never. There are degrees.
Okay, starting with drizzling. What's the key thing there?
Drizzling implies very light rain, almost a mist, tiny water droplets. The sources point out the focus is often on the verb, it is drizzling.
So it's an ongoing light condition, almost negligible maybe, but still annoying.
Still gets you wet.
Yeah. Okay, contrast that with showers. Our sources say this is almost always used as a noun.
That's a really important distinction grammatically. You might say, it will rain tomorrow. But for showers, you typically say, we expect showers tomorrow. The term itself implies water coming down, maybe heavier than drizzle, but in brief intervals, not continuous.
So the grammar verb versus noun actually tells you something about duration and intensity.
It really does. It's baked into the usage.
Okay, moving up the severity scale. Thunderstorms. More than just heavy rain here.
Oh, yes. Thunderstorms mean heavy rain, sure, but crucially, they involve lightning, that bright flash.
And then the thunder, that loud boom.
Right. It's an electrical event happening up there, not just water falling.
And then there's the stuff that can actually do damage. Hail.
Yeah, the reports describe hail as hard pieces of ice, like marbles almost.
Very different from soft, fluffy snow.
Fundamentally different. Hail is heavy, it's hard, it can dent cars, break windows, damage crops. Significant damage.
So when a forecast shifts from talking about drizzle to maybe mentioning hail,
the whole tone changes. The language of preparation goes from, maybe grab a light jacket to potentially seeking shelter. Mild inconvenience versus potential emergency.
The actual forecast example our listener sent detailed a pretty rough weekend for East Coast travelers.
What did it say?
Drizzling all day Saturday, a 60% chance of thunderstorm Saturday evening, and then a chilly low overnight of 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Brr. That definitely sounds like a day you could call dreary.
Dreary, that's an interesting word the source has highlighted.
It is. If a day is dreary, it's dull, sad, dark. It lacks optimism, basically. It's an emotional word we apply to the weather.
But you can use it for people too, right?
Absolutely. You could describe a person as dreary, someone who's maybe habitually quiet or sad or pessimistic. It's a great example of how we borrow language from external conditions to describe internal states.
Okay, here's where I think it gets really interesting, especially for language learners. The language of uncertainty.
Ah, yes. The chance factor.
Right. Meteorologists rarely say it will storm. They use chance, probability. That forecast mentioned a 60% chance of thunderstorms.
Yes, and this is crucial for deciding what to do. They use percentages or sometimes qualitative terms like high chance or low chance.
But here's a question the sources sort of raised. Does using chance weaken the warning? Or does it just make the forecast more scientifically honest, more trustworthy?
That's a great point. I mean, a 95% chance of rain,
Yeah.
you're definitely taking an umbrella.
And a 5% chance, you probably leave it at home.
But 60%, That's that awkward middle ground.
Yeah, it forces you, the individual, to assess your own risk tolerance. How much do you mind getting caught in a thunderstorm?
And that middle ground, that feeling of uncertainty, it feels a bit like starting a new language skill, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That maybe 60% chance you'll get the grammar right this time.
Exactly. The language of weather uncertainty mirrors the uncertainty we feel when we're building confidence in speaking.
It really does. And connecting this back to the forecast details, knowing the lows and highs.
The lowest temperature at night, highest during the day.
Right, like the 40-degree low you mentioned, or maybe a high in the low 50s. It's simply setting the boundaries of reality for the day. You need those extremes to know how to prepare, how to dress.
Okay, but we have to look at the most urgent language here. Severe warnings.
Absolutely critical. A severe warning means imminent potential danger. A severe thunderstorm warning, a severe flood warning, a severe tornado warning.
The word severe changes everything.
It does. The anecdote and the sources about living in the U.S. tornado belt, places like Chicago, really drives this home.
Yeah, they mention the danger isn't just the wind.
No, it shifts to the kinetic threat. Flying objects, cars, trees, debris. The language moves beyond prediction into urgent calls for safety. Immediate action required.
A completely different level of communication.
Okay, so let's pivot now from that extreme precision needed for the external world
to the focused, maybe simpler language needed to master your internal world, your daily routine.
Right, and this raises that important question. Why? Why spend time learning to describe something as basic as, say, brushing your teeth?
The answer the sources give is actually pretty powerful, I thought.
What was it?
Because your day is real. You know it perfectly. There's no complex history or politics to recall. It's low-stress practice.
Exactly. You're practicing essential grammar tenses, adverbs of frequency, sequencing words without the fear of, getting the facts wrong about World War II or something.
It's deliberate practice aimed at building that language muscle memory.
And the goal isn't just listing actions. And it's about stopping that habit of translating everything in your head first.
Yeah, getting the English to flow directly.
And the sources emphasize a key requirement for that. Focus on simple, complete sentences. Don't try to be too fancy at first.
The materials also suggest some specific techniques to help build that fluency. First up was shadowing.
Shadowing. It's fascinating. It's less about understanding the meaning initially and more about the mechanism of speech.
So, repeating what a speaker says right after them, copying the rhythm.
Exactly. Rhythm, intonation, the rises and falls. It helps develop the physical muscle memory in your mouth, your throat. So the words start to flow more naturally without thinking so hard about each sound.
You internalize the music of English, as the source put it.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, the other key technique mentioned was self-assessment.
Right. If shadowing is the physical practice, self-assessment is like collecting your own data.
How so?
Recording yourself speaking, maybe telling your routine, or even just writing a short summary of your day afterwards. It lets you review. Where did you hesitate? Did you use the past tense correctly? Did you link ideas smoothly?
It turns practice into a measurable, low-stakes kind of project. You're your own researcher.
Precisely. Okay, let's look at the routine structure they provided, but think about the language needed. The morning actions.
Waking up, stretching, brushing teeth.
These aren't just a checklist. They're perfect examples for practicing the present simple tense. I wake up, I stretch, I brush my teeth.
And the sources stress doing it for 2 full minutes.
Yes, good dental hygiene. And washing your face with cold water to feel awake.
The goal, linguistically, is to link these smoothly, right? Using transition words.
Exactly. First, I wake up, then I stretch. After that, I brush my teeth. Before I eat breakfast, I wash my face. Fluid sequencing.
Then comes consumption. Describing breakfast toast, eggs, fruit, maybe oatmeal or an omelet sometimes.
Simple vocabulary for common foods. And the importance of coffee or green tea. I usually drink coffee. Adverbs of frequency come in naturally here.
And then preparation before leaving.
This is often where we naturally use more complex sentences, maybe with dependent clauses. Before leaving, I check my phone.
What are you checking for? Time, messages, appointments on the calendar.
Right. Establishing those relationships between time and action. While I pack my bag, I listen to the news. Packing essentials, notebook, keys, water bottle reinforces common object vocabulary.
Okay, moving into the afternoon. The focus shifts to organized work and communication.
Yeah, this is where the language of organization becomes key. Talking about things like typing reports, preparing presentations.
Keeping the desk clean and organized, that was mentioned too.
Right. So you need vocabulary for prioritization, for location, The important files are on the left. I need to finish this report before 3:00 p.m.
And the sources really stressed taking breaks. That seemed important.
Very. Taking a short break around 3:00 p.m., maybe having some tea, water, a small snack like fruit or a biscuit.
And getting outside for a walk, even a short one, fresh air.
And here's the clever part. This is where the sources suggest integrating the English practice deliberately.
Using that break time.
Exactly. Use that short window. Listen to a slow English podcast, read a short article online, watch a short video geared towards learners. Practice shadowing for 5 minutes.
So it reinforces the idea that language practice isn't some huge, separate chore?
No, it can be a natural, low-stress part of your existing routine, little and often.
Okay, finally, the evening and night sequence. The wind down.
Coming home, say, around 6:20 p.m., taking off your shoes, simple actions, simple present tense again, listening to music or the news.
Then dinner time. Cooking, or maybe ordering food.
And eating at the table, maybe with family. This is prime time for the language of reflection, discussing the day.
This is where you practice recounting things in the past tense, isn't it?
Absolutely. I had a busy afternoon. I finished the presentation. We talked about our plans, recounting completed actions.
And then the final pre-bed routine. Cleaning the kitchen, maybe reading a book, listening to calming music.
Setting an alarm, going to bed around 10:30 or 11 p.m. Again, all simple actions, but stringing them together fluently builds that non-translated sentence skill.
And this leads to what the sources called the ultimate goal, which sort of ties everything back together.
Which is using English to describe how you feel about your day and to stay motivated.
So not just what happened, but your assessment of it.
Exactly. Being able to say, I feel proud of what I accomplished today, or acknowledging maybe I didn't study much English today, but I feel confident I can try again tomorrow. Or even using that weather language. I have a high chance of success tomorrow because I'll make time for it.
Wow, what an extraordinary journey through these sources. We started with the demand for technical accuracy, knowing Brizzle from hail, understanding percentage chances.
Predicting the external world.
Right. And we ended up demanding internal clarity, mastering the simple structure needed to talk about, putting your keys away or how you felt about your day.
It illustrates perfectly, I think, that real language mastery needs both. You need the technical tools for the world outside you.
The warnings, the precise descriptions.
And you need the quiet confidence, the fluency, to articulate the world within you, your plans, your feelings, your routine. You really do need both to function fully.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've covered everything from severe thunderstorm warnings
to the muscle memory needed to just talk naturally about brushing your teeth.
It's quite a range.
It is. And maybe here's a final thought. A weather forecast predicts the conditions outside. It helps you prepare for danger, or maybe sees an opportunity like a sunny day.
Okay.
Well, your daily routine, when you can articulate it clearly and simply, that acts as a kind of personal forecast. It's a forecast for your own ongoing success and learning.
A personal forecast. I like that.
So the question is, what warning or what maybe 95% chance of sunshine will you deliberately include in your personal forecast for tomorrow?